Welcome students. We had been discussing regarding tissues in plant body, and after discussing meristematic tissue we had a discussion on permanent tissue. This permanent tissue was categorized into two groups. One was the simple permanent tissue and the other one was the complex permanent tissue. As far as the complex permanent tissue is concerned, this is explained as the transport of water and minerals by the plants and transport of manufactured food material takes place with the help of this permanent tissue. It is known as vascular tissue also and is constituted of two different elements. One is known as the xylem tissue and the other one is known as phloem tissue. Tracheids, trachea, xylem fiber and xylem parenchyma are all the elements that constitute xylem tissue, and tissue and sieve tube, companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber all constitute the phloem tissue. You can see here in the diagram, this is the longitudinal section of a phloem element. Here you can see the sieve tube element, and just beside the sieve tube element you can see here the companion cells. Here is the transverse section of the phloem tissue, and in the transverse section you can see here these are the sieve tube plates, where you can see here fine pores through which the transported food material manufactured by the plant is transported, and in association with this sieve tube there are phloem parenchyma, companion cell and phloem fiber. This is the transverse section of phloem tissue and this is the longitudinal section of phloem tissue. Here in the next diagram you can see here various elements of xylem tissue. The first one is tracheids. This is the long tubular structure with lot of pits in it. Inside the lumen of this tracheid cell is very fine lumen. So the liquids automatically rise due to capillarity in these elements. Here you can see vessels. These vessels too have many perforations on its wall through which the liquids that are transported through this material, through this element, oozes out through these pores. These are the xylem parenchyma and this one is the xylem fiber. These all elements of xylem and phloem act together in association of each other. There are two separate channels in the plant body which help in the transport of material. These are the xylem and phloem. Xylem, it is the complex permanent tissue in the plant body. Roots absorb water and mineral from the soil. Xylem transport water and minerals up to the tree top. Photosynthetically active cells in the leaf get this water for photosynthesis. Phloems are the other vascular tissue within the plant body which has to transport the manufactured food material throughout the plant. Roots absorb water due to osmotic pressure, also called root pressure. Xylem elements carry this water upward through long and narrow vessels, but where there is no such vessel are present, it comes out through fine pits and are absorbed by the parenchyma cells. Thus, the cell-to-cell transport occurs in the plant body. At the canopy, there is transpiration pull, which keep on pulling water upward. Thus, the process of transport in plant body is accomplished. This is all about the tissue in plant body, and later we shall discuss about the animal tissue